So my advice to like an aspiring privateer would be that if you don't feel like traveling to a race alone, you could definitely try to reach out to other privateers that you like seen on Instagram or that you just know of, and see if you could like travel with someone else to split the costs, and yeah, don't have to be alone basically, because it makes the whole race weekend way more fun. My name is Oliwer Kangas. I'm 29 years old from Sweden, racing Enduro World Series. And we are here in Finale, Ligure, at the top of stage 3 for Trophy of Nation this weekend. And we're gonna do some track walking, check out some lines, see how it looks. So like the Trophy of Nations it's like a team race basically. Like on the EWS we race like individually. But here we are racing in teams of 3, so it's a little bit more relaxed in that way, that the pressure is like split in between 3 riders. Hopefully this is just going to be like a fun race at the end of the season, and try to like enjoy the good trails in Finale, and just like a good day with my mates on Sunday. Basically, I've been riding like my whole life. I actually started like as, it wasn't like a free rider, but we had like downhill bikes, and we were just cruising around in town and like doing hucks and like doubling stairs and stuff in Sweden, and it evolved from there. But I did my first race back in Sweden in 2004, and then I think I did my first downhill World Cup in 2009 in Schladming. From like 2014 to 19-20, I had like a break from racing. I wasn't like over bikes, I was just like over training and doing everything like serious. So I just did some cyclocross races for the fun of it. And then sooner or later I decided to go Enduro instead.
Come on, Kangas! Yeah, Kangas!
I definitely feel that Enduro is very, very friendly. During a race or during practice, if someone have a problem with their bike, there's always like someone that is willing to like help you out and like, oh, do you need something? And also like with traveling overseas, like North America, I like teamed up with some other privateers. We went to Whistler and the American rounds together, and like split the cost of accommodation. And it's like the first experience for me doing it this year. And it was really, really cool, because you just like get to know people that are very, very nice and kind of like in the same situation that you are, which is, it's probably the best trip I've ever done. Yeah, the season was very, very good. I had like a top 30 in Canada, which was my first top 30, so that was really, really cool. And then it just got even better in Whistler with like 24th, and the last race in America was just crazy because I got 15th, which is like something that I've been dreaming of. So yeah, it's been crazy, and I still don't really understand that it's happening, or that I've done the results I've done, because like that's one of the reasons to why I stopped racing, because I was like, I didn't believe that it was ever gonna happen, and now all of a sudden it's happening. And yeah, it's kind of like surreal and hard to understand sometimes, but yeah, it's been a great season in so many ways. The other Swedes that are here now for the Trophy of Nations, they are like, oh, you're so picky with your bike, and like you clean your bike so much, and like why do you bring all those spare parts, and like why do you do that? So yeah, maybe for people that aren't from Sweden it's stereotyped, but the other Swedes think that I'm a little bit too much with my bike as well. I'm usually like taking the wheels off so I can wipe some stuff that I missed off and like get it all nice and shiny. I usually put a good layer of silicone shine on, just to like make it feel as a new bike as much as possible, because I really like that feeling. Obviously we change some tires, usually from practice to racing, to the race. So like I don't put fresh tires on both front and rear, but usually I take the worn out front tire and put it in the rear, and then a fresh one in the front, because I usually prefer to have good grip in the front more than in the back. It's not much to do like maintenance wise, because the bike, it holds up and rides very good, but like a good clean, some silicone shine and some like lube for the chain, and then just like a bolt check to make sure that everything is staying in its position.
What do you prepare for a race day? Yeah,
so like usually I'm on the gels and like candy stuff. Have these like sweet bibs with 3 big pockets on the back. A little set of like stuff if I would have a mechanical or if anything would happen. So CO2 canister in there, one of those like samurai things. A couple of zip ties. I heard some people lost your cleats. Always bring a pair of these if that would happen.
What brought you back into racing after that break?
the feeling I told you about, like when you're doing like a section or like just like having a sick day on your bike, like because I had that feeling, like this feeling that I have on a bike, it can't be for nothing, like that. My girlfriend also races bikes, so I travel with her to a lot of races. Like it felt kind of weird to be at the race venue without racing, because it's like, oh, but I'm a racer, I want to race too. So that feeling combined with the feeling being at races and like, okay, I also want to race again, got me like a little bit fired up. And then I got in contact with like the coach that helps me right now, and he was like, from his perspective, it would be a shame if I didn't give it an honest try. Also, what we talked about the other day, like growing up and being not old but older, gives you another perspective on like what giving her everything means. It's not like one thing that made me go back to racing. It was a lot of small things that like gave me the conclusion that, okay, I have to give this an honest try again.
Larsen, Zacharias Johansen and Oliwer Kangas.
How was that?
That was brutal. I thought this one was going to be easier than the first one, but it definitely wasn't. Oh, this is way harder. Oh. Ja, jävla publik.
Fan vad du kör, Knagen.
Ja, fy fan.
Skitbra.
See you at the next one. Inside.
Oh yeah, it's gonna have some wild colors in a couple days.
Oh yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
I did like an inside line in practice, and it was pretty sketchy, so it was like a small crest to like a chicane, and I was like, I'm not gonna do the inside again because yeah, it was sketchy, so I just went for the outside, but unfortunately there was a tree on the outside that I didn't see when I did the inside in practice, so pretty much went like 35 kph straight into the tree, and it just like, yeah, completely came to a stop. So my shoulder took a pretty big hit on that tree, but like I got 2 painkillers from a friend after the stage, and now it feels kind of okay. And like we had 2 good stages, the 2 stages after, so yeah, I guess it's good for now, but it's probably gonna hurt a lot tomorrow, but it is what it is. I always had like a really hard time with like reaching out to sponsors. From being 18 to 25, there has probably been a lot of no's in between those years. And as a kid, it was like, if I had the courage to do it and I got a no, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do anymore. But like with age, I can definitely see that a no isn't personal and it has nothing to do with me. Probably gonna be like 10 no's before I get 1 yes. Tack för hjälpen.
Tack allihopa. Ja.
Not too much issues, a few crashes here and there, but overall a very, very fun and good day.
So you're gonna do that again? The concept of being in a team?
Yeah, like it was very cool. I really enjoyed like trying to follow Zach for the stages, and yeah, it was crazy but very, very funny.
All right, for Sweden, guys.
How was it?
Oh, it was brutal. Almost 7 hours. But yeah, I'm so tired.
Ready for a beer?
Yeah, I really hope that they got some cold ones. Hey, man. Some cold ones over there. Super, super cool experience. Like so nice to follow Zach, and we had some really good stages. I also had like the 2 worst crashes of this season. But yeah, didn't hurt myself, and yeah, some of the stages was really, really cool, and yeah, overall just a sick experience. One thing I would like to say to like kids that are hard on themselves because they don't get the results that they want, but like I definitely feel that with time and being older, it's not the same pressure in racing, because I know that there is like more things in life than just racing. When I was a kid and I didn't do like the results I wanted to, my whole world like collapsed and I didn't know what I was going to do. But now I kind of know that if I don't perform or if I don't do my best result again and again and again, I'm still gonna be alive and happy on Monday. Like, it's just a race on a Sunday, and yeah, Monday is gonna come the day after. So it's like being older definitely gives me like more and a better perspective on the whole thing, and that makes it a little bit more relaxed for sure. My proudest moment of this season is probably the whole season, because yeah, like at one point in my racing career, or what do you want to call it, I was like over it, and then I couldn't stand living with myself without really have given it a proper try again, like with a real coach and like with believing in myself and just like really do it at 100% and see where that could take me. Because when I did it when I was younger, I didn't do it in like a healthy way, but now I feel that I do my racing in a very healthy way, and I'm proud of being able to do that for myself.